This week on the podcast, it's all about Disney's California Adventure. Can you tell who picked the topic this week? Carrie got her way. We're talking all about the attractions at Disney's California Adventure and deciding if we love them or leave them. Stay tuned to find out which ones we think are fantastic and which ones, well, you could skip. You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us, but it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Carrie, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I've got my earphones on. Of course I can hear you.
I was going to do this whole, Carrie, can you hear me? and then it completely went out of my mind. And
oh, Franny, yes, I can.
Oh, there we go. We're here. How's it going?
Here, present.
Present and
Barely.
accounted for.
Barely here. Yeah,
you and I were just talking about we've both had a very long day today.
Yeah.
And I know they say in like podcasting school, you're not supposed to talk about what time of the day it is or what day of the week you're recording on because you don't know when people are listening to it. People could be listening to this at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So,
but the people that are recording it might not know what time of day it is anyway. So.
Which is very true.
Or what day of the week it is.
Yeah. And I kind of feel like that today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Me
feels
too.
like it's been a long day. But that's okay because I knew at the end of this day that I had some time carved out to talk to my friend.
Yay!
So we said, cool. Just before we get started, though, last week's Star Cruiser was so much fun talking about all of that. And I am loving watching all the people start to experience it.
Yeah. There's so many videos and so many little snippets.
And so much excitement. It's kind of cool. We also got another review.
Oh, that's right. We need to read it.
Yeah,
I don't have it handy though.
Didn't I send this to you and say, Carrie, remember, we got to have this handy.
Okay, wait. Let me look.
And then we didn't. We didn't. You got it there? Maybe?
Yeah, I found it. Did
Awesome.
you find it?
No.
Oh.
Did you find it?
Well, it's a review, right?
Yeah. Are you going to read it?
It was an Apple podcast review, right?
Yes.
5 stars.
Well, yes. Thank you. 5 stars.
From Karina 10. It says, just finished listening to the episode about the Burn Bomb Guide from 1985 and enjoyed it so much. It brought back memories of early trips to Walt Disney World.
Aw, I'm so glad. It was so much fun for us because it brought back so many memories. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Katrina. And thank you. Thank you for the review.
Yay!
Yay! Yes, so we're very happy. So remember, to everyone listening, if you can, take a moment and go on Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review. It's nice when we get to see those. Cool.
So what are we going to talk about this week?
Carrie, it's kind of funny because sometimes when I struggle with topics and then somehow you come up with a topic that is, shall we say, Disneyland focused?
How about this?
How about some Disneyland?
Right.
Well, not Disneyland.
No.
California
We're going to talk
Adventure.
about Disney's California Adventure this week.
It's Disneyland adjacent.
Yes.
This is the park right across from Disneyland. So for people listening, it's kind of like Disneyland is the Magic Kingdom of the California parks.
Walt's original Magic Kingdom, yes.
Yes,
Disneyland.
yes. And then, oh Lord,
and then across the way it was a parking lot for years and years and years and years and years and years. And then they made it into a theme park called Disney's California Adventure.
Right. And you can literally stand in one theme park and wave to somebody else in the other one.
Yeah.
And we were going to take a picture of that next time we go.
Which just amazes you.
I know, it really does. Well, when you grow up going to the ones in Walt Disney World in Florida, and there's major highways between the parks, it just, the thought of standing in one park and waving to someone in the other is so, like, they're so close. It's fantastic. That's one of the things I love about visiting Disneyland, is how close everything is. Except, of course, if you're staying at Paradise Pier, I feel like that's a little further. But that's I digress.
So we just never thought of doing this episode before, and it just kind of popped up as an idea, and it makes a lot of sense. So we're going to do a this or that.
Oh,
like we've done. Is that what we're going to do?
Or a love it or leave it?
Sorry, a love it or leave it. I guess.
Or this or that.
No. Let's do a love it or leave it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I guess it is sort of the same, but
it's kind of the same. But
let's do love it or leave it, because then we can go through every single one instead of having to pick this or that. So we're going to do a love it or leave it for Disney's California Adventure, like we've done for love it or leave it's at Walt Disney World.
Yes, we still have a ton at Walt Disney World we haven't done, by the way, for love it or leave it.
But I think we needed to mix
it.
We need a California interlude.
We needed to mix it up a little bit for you. Yes. Little California Adventure.
We need to, because we can talk about. I don't know that we really talked. We've talked a lot about Disney California Adventure, but if people aren't as familiar with it, then they'll hopefully hear about the different attractions that they might not otherwise know was there. So.
Absolutely. And since this is your parks, and this is your favorites, you're going to lead us through the conversation with the map, because quite honestly, you were making fun of me the way I did it at Epcot, because I did it alphabetical. So it's all up to you how you want to guide us through this one.
Well, I'm guiding you through by the map. By the map.
Okay, by the map. The map. So Carrie is leading this discussion with her love it or leave it, Disney's California Adventure.
Okay. And we're only going to talk about attractions, because food's a whole other thing. Because everything's like, if it was, seriously, if we're going to talk about food, it's going to be like, love it. Because we're talking about Disneyland here.
I know.
Love it.
The food at Disneyland. I don't think there was ever anything I had at Disneyland that I didn't like. Except, no, there was like one dessert, I think, at the dessert party that we went to that I was kind of like, ugh. And I think it was because it had some weird fruit in it. Anyway, okay, so
we're talking about attractions here.
Right, okay. All right, so you start with what attraction is the first one that we need to decide if we love it or leave it.
Well, when you walk into the park, the first land is Buena Vista Street, which is like the main street of California Adventure.
Right.
And the first attraction is the Red Car Trolley. Clang, clang, clang went the trolley.
Ding, ding, ding goes the bell.
So I guess it's
is that an attraction?
Well, it's listed as an attraction on the map. So
because it's like a show.
Well, I think it's an attraction, like it's a vehicle to get you somewhere, and I guess you ride it. You did.
Oh yeah, because they don't have it's not like the Dapper Dans are hanging off this thing. It literally is a trolley that you get on and ride.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think I've done it.
Oh.
I don't think I've ridden it. I've seen it, but I don't think I've ridden it.
Well, it's kind of cool because it's excellent with the theming of that area of the park. So it fits in perfectly. So if they were supposed to have a mode of transportation, that should be it. So
right.
I love it.
I'm starting to think, like, we're only on the first thing here, and I'm starting to think it's going to be a full love it, love it, love it, love it, love it for Carrie. For me, I would say, I'd leave it. Like, it's kind of
cute for a ride on there.
Yeah, like, I've never even thought to get on, like, one of those things. Like, what's the point? To drive, like, 5 feet up the street? Anyway. Yeah, so I'd be like, whatever. Okay.
I know that's a pretty weak entrance to there. I love it. And
I know.
And
we
I think the next
lost
section,
half our listeners by now. Like, they're like, oh, I'm not listening to this.
Boring. So next is just where it's not the greatest either. So the next is Hollywoodland, which has Mickey's Philhar Magic.
Why are you making a face? Like, people can't see the face you just made, but you made a face. Like, you made a face when you said Mickey's PhilharMagic, and then...
because it belongs at Walt Disney World, so I'm gonna...
Oh!
I'm gonna say...
Why would you say that?
Well, it's also the home of Muppets 3D, where Muppets 3D was, so I believe that Muppets 3D should still be in that space. Instead of putting Mickey's PhilharMagic in there.
So your issue with it is that they kicked out the Muppets to make room for Mickey's PhilharMagic.
I don't love it. I'm leaving it.
Look at you. Well, I love it. I love PhilharMagic.
It can leave Disney's California Adventure and hitchhike back to Florida.
I love it. I love Mickey's PhilharMagic, so I'm saying I love it. I didn't realize, you know what? I'm trying to envision where that is. When you go up the street, is it on the right?
It's on the left-hand side.
I had a 50-50 shot. I had a 50.
When you walk down the street to go towards the theater, like, you know, at the very end of the road, there's the landscape where you can see like the.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then the theater where Aladdin and Frozen is. It's like halfway down the street, you can kind of veer into like a little backstage area. It's kind of like tucked away in there. You can easily not go down. Like, you can easily like bypass it.
Interesting.
So it's in there. They have like, I guess like these are kind of, some of these are kind of weak attractions, but they're all this next one's awesome. The Sorcerer's Workshop, where you can do the drawing of the Animation Academy. Like, they have they have that little like, you walk in and it's called the Disney Animation Building or whatever, but when you go in, they have like the walls all come to life where you can watch. They have all the music playing. That's pretty beautiful. I wouldn't call it an attraction necessarily.
Yeah,
but they have the Animation Academy in there, where every 30 minutes or however often it is, you can learn to draw, which I think that's awesome.
It is.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I love it. I didn't, the learn to draw, and maybe not so much, but I think inside that building, well, because I can't draw, but inside that building and how the walls come to life and stuff, it's beautiful.
And it's nice and cool.
And it's nice.
There's air conditioning in there.
We spent like an hour in there one day when it was really, really hot. You and I were like, that's it. And we just went in there and just sat and watched the walls for like an hour. Yeah. It was great.
It's a really nice space. Like,
it's beautiful.
The music playing, and it's wonderful, really.
Yeah.
So in there, they have the Animation Academy, which they post the schedule. So if you're someone that loves the drawing aspect of it, you can go in and see like Goofy's going to be at like 3:30, and you can come back and draw Goofy. Like, they have the schedule out, like double thumbs up, better than the Animation Academy in Florida. And they have Turtle Talk with Crush in there.
Yes. And I like Turtle Talk with Crush. I love that. I love watching the kids in the audience in that. So yes,
I don't know that I've ever watched it there, but yeah, I think the Disney Animation Building gets a love it, so it's a half and half.
I think
we like some of it. We like 2 out of 3.
Okay, yeah. So I would agree. I love it. Although this is kind of weak on the attractions. I know. I promise there are attractions in California Adventure.
So
far they're like, I
don't know. Like, this would kind of be
your
like
map issue. Because you walked in off Main Street, it's because you're doing it based on the map. If you'd done it alphabetically, it would have been all mixed up.
Love it or leave it, like a Hollywood Studios, and walking in that street, it might be a little boring too. Like, just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
true.
Next is still in Hollywood Land. There's Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue. So it's a dark ride.
Oh yes, I liked that one.
I think it's like,
I thought it was it's kind of like not 3D, but like it's a cute little story. Like, it's almost like It's a Small World, but monsters, right?
I would say it's more like Figment.
Figment, yeah. Okay, yeah, that was probably a better analogy than It's a Small World.
Like, I think it's cute and it's different, and I would like go on it, like, if there's nobody around, like no lines, and I could just walk on it. I would. But I don't know. I'm going to say that I love it. Would you?
Yeah, I don't know that I love it.
We could probably leave it. Like, have we ever ridden it together? Probably not.
No, but I think when I was there with my sister, I rode it a few times. Like, we did it a few, because remember when we did one of our first trips to Disneyland, we bought like 5 days of park passes. We went back and forth through those parks multiple times. So yeah, I would probably leave it. But it's cute.
It is very cute. And there's some neat, like, in certain rooms that you're going through, like how they have, like the way that they're laid out, like.
Look at you leaving some stuff.
The room with the, where they have all the doors flying all over the place, and it's, you know, it's neat.
It is.
How they've done that. Because it really is just like, it's an old-fashioned old-fashioned for new dark ride, right? Like, it's not 3D. It doesn't have, like, walls like Mickey and Minnie's. It's definitely an old school ride, but it is fun what they've done with it. But
yes,
trying to give it a little bit of. But we're leaving it. Okay, moving on. We're leaving it. Next on this map, because this is a new map because I was at Disneyland quite recently. Next is we go into Avengers Campus, and they've got 2 rides: Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
Yeah.
Which you're going to say you leave it because you won't ride it.
Like, that's just horrible. That's the Tower of Terror with the Guardians of the Galaxy. No, thank you. However, I will tell you, I did ride it before it was Guardians of the Galaxy. I did ride it once.
Right, and it's a bit different. The Tower of Terror in Walt Disney World and that Tower of Terror were different, right? Like
they were different, but just as terrifying. Like
I suppose so.
It's not like one is like, oh, you know, the orange version of Mission Space and one is the green version. They are both terrifying.
Just Walt Disney World is sort of like they have like the full story, and the building was different, and the queue and everything. It was just a different. Like, it was just all kind of well packaged together, where it was like Guardian or Tower of Terror in California was like, oh, let's put that building up and let's just jump up and like
let's just drop
up and down a little bit. So I think with making it Mission Breakout, they could, like, that part doesn't matter because they've redid it all to be Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's a lot more fun, I think, like, because it's got the loud music and whatever. So like, I think if I was going to pick,
do you love it?
I don't love it, but I think. Like, I've been on it a number of times because I go on it when I'm there with people
who want to
go on it.
Because you're a better friend than me. I'm like, no I'll comment. Hold your bag. I'll hold your bag. I'm sitting outside. Nope.
No comment. Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Would you love it? Leave it?
I'm going to say, you know what? I would say I love Tower of Terror, so I'm going to say that I love this too.
Wow.
I think Tower of Terror is an amazing ride. Whether I want to ride it a million times or not, it's an amazing ride. And this is what they did to transform the not so awesome Tower of Terror there to Mission Breakout. Is amazing.
Okay,
like really amazing.
Well,
so
you
I'm
love
gonna
it.
love it.
I'm gonna leave it. Shocking. I know.
The next one is Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure.
Oh, I think I would like that, but sadly I have not made it back there yet to experience it. But I think I would love it.
You would definitely love it. You would love it because you like it's more like being in a video game now.
I love that idea.
And Toy Story Mania is like being in a video game, but this is like taking it to a whole other realm. So yeah, you would really love it.
And I'm assuming you love it.
Yeah, it was fun. I got to ride it. I went on it twice.
Oh, look at you. You know, I wonder, why have they not made a Wreck-It Ralph attraction? Like, Ralph breaks the internet. Why?
You want one?
It's like, yeah, maybe. But I think that would be so cool. Okay. Anyway, okay. So we would both love Web Slingers, except I haven't been on it yet. But we're assuming I love it because you'll
love it. Yeah.
It won't make me sick. Like I worry about no.
It is Toy Story Mania, Star Wars Spider-Man version, but like however many years later, how like all the technology and changing to evolve a ride like that to what you could make now. It's like,
interesting. Okay. But not 3D. Like, I don't need glasses.
It is 3D. It's 3D.
It is? Okay. Okay, so I need glasses. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it didn't bother me, and like...
I know what your stomach's like, so...
Yeah, so it was fine.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So we love it.
We're going to...
I can confirm it when I get there. Okay.
Okay, I realize I have a Christmas map here. So so we're moving on to Cars Land, and it's Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, I believe it's called, not Jingle Jamboree.
I'm going to leave that one. I'm not a fan of Mater's.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as what's the one in
Alien Swirling Saucers. It's kind of like that, right? And then they spin you around in your tractor, and it's almost like they fling you. Like as if you were on a rubber band or something, and they just fling you in your
Boing.
That I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that one too.
I would leave it. I like the area that it's in, but I don't like the attraction. I'm going to leave the attraction.
And then the next one, what's Luigi's rolling rock, Luigi's, you got the map for the regular map in front of you, rockin'.
What? I'm having too much fun waiting for you to try and figure this out.
It's now called Luigi's Joy to the Whirl. I know that for sure. Luigi's Rockin' Rollickers or something like that.
Rollickin' Roadsters. What the heck? Okay, so at Halloween, it's called Luigi's Honkin' Halloween.
And it's called Luigi's Joy to the Whirl at Christmas time. Because they do overlays. Because Disneyland's awesome like that.
Awesome like
that. They overlay
that.
Everything. They're like, what the heck?
It's a holiday. But generally... Yeah. It is Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters.
That's it. Yes.
I don't even know what this is, Carrie.
So it's
I've been to Luigi's because I remember seeing it, like with the tires and stuff at the end.
So it's got the Italian cars, the little cars, and they dance around, and they play it, and it's like,
oh yes.
They play like really cool Italian songs,
and the cars
Italian
like
songs.
sort of boogie.
Yeah, and the cars, like, they're all, like, they dance around all together.
But you're not in them.
Yeah, you are. You ride them.
Are you
You
sure?
sit in the car, yeah. Two people in the car, and then the song comes around like when the, moon hits
your eye like a big pizza
and the cars are, like, dancing around and spinning and whatever, and then at the end they kind of all spin, and then they stop, and it's like it's trackless, so they all move about.
Yes. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I was thinking about
just for the Italian music.
The music itself was fantastic. I was thinking about his actual tire shop.
You walk, that's the queue.
Yeah.
So you walk through the queue. The queue is a tire shop, and then you go outside to the ride.
That theming is everything.
So you should love it then.
Yeah. Well, because I generally love everything in Cars Land except for Tow Maters. And I could watch Tow Maters. But
watch everybody have fun.
Yeah, but I don't want to be on it. Yes. But the music, you're right. Your music in Luigi's is awesome.
It's cute.
I love it. Yes.
We love it.
We love it. Love it, love it.
Next is Radiator Springs Racers, which,
Yeah, I know.
It's the best ride.
It's like, it's so awesome. And it's so much better than Test Track. So
absolutely.
Well, because it has a full story. But you know what I also found? It's not as jerky. And I think because Test Track was built originally, that track, the whole story was that you were learning to drive and you were on like a crash course. So it was jerking you around all over the place, which I don't like. But this one, it's kind of smooth.
It's a lot of fun.
And it's a good story. And you get to see Lightning McQueen and Mater and everybody. And yeah, it's a really good. And when you go out on that track and you're booking it, it's pretty awesome.
And I like that part even better. It's fairly close to the experience you're going to get at a test track, like the speed. But it's just different because, you're cruising through Radiator Springs.
Yeah.
Which looks like it's unbelievable.
It is. I think they did such an amazing... I think of all the lands, that is one of the best themed lands I've ever seen. You really feel like you're walking into the movie there.
I know, it's amazing.
It's
daytime, nighttime.
Yeah. I love when the lights come on. And they do the little dance when the lights are coming on. Shaboom, shaboom. Mm-hmm. We stayed for that too one night too. Yeah. Okay. So we love it. Love it. Love it.
At Christmas, they do that to Christmas music.
I know.
Just in case
I don't want to be
wondering.
there at Christmas. Yeah. Because, it's too much Christmas. There's just too much Christmas everywhere.
Party pooper.
You know me and Christmas. Okay. So we love that.
We love that. So we love Cars Land, and you don't like
We
Maters,
love Cars Land.
and everything
Except
else
for Maters.
Everything
Yeah.
else is great. Okay, so next we walk through Pacific Wharf. There's no attractions there. There's just lots of food, which is delicious.
Pacific Wharf, though, that's where they have the, don't they have, like, Carnival? Like, it's almost, no, that's on the other side. Pixar
the
Pier.
Pacific Wharf is just a little, like, nook where the Ghirardelli's is and the bakery.
Yes.
And food. And so
Yeah.
we're just going to walk through there because we can smell the bread.
See, this is the problem with the
We can
map
smell
view.
the bread.
Because then we go through and smell the bread, and we're nowhere near an attraction.
Okay, we're going to keep walking. So we walked through part of the Pacific Wharf, and now we're in Pixar Pier, which used to be Paradise Pier, but now it's called Pixar Pier.
Right.
So in Pixar Pier, there is the Incredi Coaster.
I'm going to leave it.
Why?
Because I'm old. I'm old. I used to love it, and now I leave it. It's kind of like the rock and roller coaster. I used to love it, but now I leave it.
I think that I'm going to love it. I think I look at it from a different perspective. I think like what it was and what they've turned it into with the Incredi Coaster with the characters and the theming. Like, I think I have to, whether I will ride it when once in a while, but
I'm not again.
but I just think I have to think of it from like what I really truly think of the ride. And I think compared to what it was before to what it is now, that I think I love it. I'll just go on it once in a while though.
I would, okay, so if I was just judging the ride without me having to go on it, I would love it.
I love it!
Because it's a great roller coaster. The way it stops and starts, like it takes off like the rock and roller coaster does. It just shoots you out. And then it's got a couple loop-de-loos and it's got the Incredibles in it. It's fantastic. From that perspective, I love it. Will I go on it again? No, I leave it.
That's why you're leaving it.
That's why I'm leaving it. Last time I was on it was with you. And we have a great picture because Carrie didn't tell me where the cameras were. Carrie's got a perfect smile staring at the cameras, and I look like
I
Chewbacca.
might have had my thumbs up too.
You did. And I look like Chewbacca with my hair all standing straight up, my mouth hanging open because I was screaming. Yeah, those are great pictures. Thanks, Carrie. But it was a good one. It's a really great roller coaster. It's just not for me anymore. It's kind of like Expedition Everest. I loved that coaster when it first opened. I rode it like 3, 4, 5 times in a row. Happy to do it single rider. Now, it's okay. I can skip it. Yes. Okay. So you love it. I leave it.
Sounds good.
Okay. Good.
Next is Jessie's Critter Carousel, which we did ride this attraction.
It's hardly an attraction. I could have walked in circles faster.
It's cute, but we can I could talk, for the both of us and say that we would leave it.
We would probably leave it, but it's cute. It's very cute. It's just a little carousel, and we got on the little
cute little picture
characters. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave it because we're grown-ups and we probably should leave it.
You weren't saying that when you were like, come on, let's go on it.
Let's take some pictures. Okay, next is Toy Story Midway Mania, which we both love.
It. Yeah. Like, we don't even need to talk about that. I think if we were doing a Hollywood Studios Love It or Leave It, that would be one of our top things, right?
Yeah. But I find, we don't really ever, we don't run to ride it at Disneyland because we have it at our home
Disney
park.
World.
But,
right.
But it's nice that it's there and that we can get a dose of it.
We can get a dose of Toy Story Mania. It's exactly like the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we love it.
The queue's not as fun as it.
No.
It's got a bit of a boring queue. Okay, so next is the Pixar Pal Round. Or as some people call it, the Wheel of Death.
Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it.
Like, I think it's all right if I'm in the... So the Pixar Pal Round is a big Ferris... Like, sort of like a Ferris wheel. Sort of. I don't know if it's like exactly a Ferris wheel, whatever they would call it.
Yeah, like an old style Ferris wheel is just you on a bench with the bar across your lap.
So they've got like little, like gondola-like...
Enclosures. Almost, yeah.
So there's so many of them that are stationary, and then there's ones that move. And when I say they move, they are on like rails. So like they kind of flip down and swing, and then as it keeps going around, like it swings on the rail. So that's why people call it, like, there's barf bags in these vestibules.
I can't even imagine.
But anyways, I love it for being on the stationary ones because there's some beautiful views from up there. So I would ride it. I would always ride it on the stationary one, but I don't want to. I'm afraid to go on the, like, I've never been on the one that moves because I'm kind of afraid.
I'm going to trust you about the views. I've never been on it. Don't have any intention ever of going on it.
On the Incredi Coasters too. On the Incredi Coasters has some great views, like on a nice clear day when. You know,
if you can pry your eyes open long enough to see when you're whipping past.
Oh dear. Okay, next in the last one in Pixar Pier is the Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind, which I don't know that when we were there if it was open.
It wasn't open
but
yet.
It's open now, and it's pretty much a repurposed ride from Bugs Land when they made Avengers Campus. So it used to be like Flick's Flying Adventure or something. It was like little So it's like they're little boxes that kind of like a kiddie ride, like little boxes with Flick's whatever adventure it was, and it just kind of like spun around like
Dumbo.
Sort of, I suppose. Maybe it kind of went up in the air and they spun a little bit. And it was only a couple minute ride, and they came down and like you were in like a little box in Flick's Adventure, and like the cover was like a leaf. And so in the Pixar, in the Pixar, in the Emotional Whirlwind, like I think they're like because the whole ride has all of the orbs, like the actual ride when you are approaching the ride, they've got all like, you know, in Inside Out when they're in the memory balls, the orbs. And you just see the sea of all the colored balls with all the different memories, the core memories and all that stuff. That you love that movie, right? Inside Out. So I think we should wrap up this emotional whirlwind ride.
Right. I do love this ride. And it was an emotional whirlwind because we had a technical glitch right in the middle. But you're right. I do love it.
You love the ride because you love the movie.
Sorry, I love the movie, but I don't think I've been on the ride. Well, I haven't been on the ride. I haven't even seen it. So
it didn't open till after you visited. But anyways.
I don't know that it would be for me. It would be like a Dumbo kind of thing.
No, it's a little kiddie ride, but you know what's really neat? Like actually around the ride with the theming of the Inside Out is awesome, but also it's like great for pictures and stuff. Like
because of the views.
Like you can have a lot of fun like taking pictures with the characters and the background like just outside the ride. So
it's a great
double
photo
awesome
op.
For that too. It's a great photo. Like yeah, you can have some really fun photo ops there, like, you know, acting silly or doing like Instagram like little videos or snippets or boomerangs and stuff like that. Like it's a fun place. So
I would probably love it for that, but in general for the attraction, I would leave it.
It's a kiddie ride.
Right.
It's a kiddie ride.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. What's up next, Carrie?
Is this? And people are starting to realize this is just a ploy for Carrie to get to talk about Disneyland.
Pretty much. Everybody's on board. This is just for Carrie to talk about Disneyland stuff.
So next is, people are like, I want to go to Disney California Adventure. Trust me, it's a pretty awesome place.
I don't know. I don't think we're doing it justice here, Carrie.
Should we just stop? Should we just stop? Should we just throw in the towel? No.
How many? But there's not that many more attractions. Like, there's really not a lot left.
No,
right?
There is. So there's a little section of the park that is called Paradise Garden Park, and it's
is that where the swings
originally
are?
Paradise Pier was supposed to be like a boardwalk, right? So they've changed Paradise Pier into Pixar Pier, but like kind of around the bend, it's still kind of the same as
Just
it was
around
before.
the river bend.
So they have silly symphony swings there.
Right. And those, I leave those.
So those are like the old school, like fair carnival swings.
Yes.
Like the metal, like they're just like, they hang and they spin and you kind of go flying.
It's so in Toronto we used to have the thing called the exhibition every year.
Oh, at
and
the
CNE,
yeah.
At the CNE, and they had the big swings like that, and it just so everything's on a like metal ropes, and then it picks you up and then it spins you around on a swing. Yeah, no, I'm leaving it. That makes me sick. It's going in circles like that. Do you, and I haven't been on it, but I you can see it. I wouldn't get on it, but
I went on it a few times, and I went on it the last time with Marie, and she had like a long list of Instagram photos that she wanted to take, and that like of all around the park. Like I guess you can find 1,001 spots to take Instagram pictures when you're at Disneyland. And being on the symphony swings was one of them. And she was like, Care, will you take a picture of me while we're on the swings? So we finally went on the swings, and like honestly, they move so quick. Like, and they tell you like no touching each other, no holding on to each other. Like they're yelling at everybody, like no shenanigans when you're on this. And I'm like, and Marie wants me to try to take a picture of her. And anyways, spoiler alert, I didn't try to take a picture of her because we were up there and that thing was moving so crazy. Like, and my brand new Samsung S whatever 2500 plus phone, and I'm like, there is no way. Like this thing would have to be like duct taped and ziplocked to my hand, duct taped and velcroed to my body. I would not try to take a picture while this thing is moving. Like maybe if I was younger and my body could like handle it and I wasn't so scared, because people have taken Instagram pictures on this ride. Marie had proof. It's just I could not follow through. So sadly she has to find somebody else to try to take her picture. But it's kind of fun. And I'd been on them before, but when I went on it this time, it was slightly terrifying. So I think I will leave it too. Okay. I think we're probably going to leave almost everything that's in this Paradise Gardens park. There's Goofy's Sky School.
Yes, leave it.
Is next, and leave it. So what was the one at Animal Kingdom called that before they
Primeval Whirl?
It's pretty much Primeval Whirl, but it's Goofy's Sky School.
But it's Goofy's. Yes. Yes, I'm leaving that.
It's, like people love it, but it's kind of scary because it moves quick and whatever. A little kitty, I don't know how a little kitty ride can look so scary. Then they have the Jumpin' Jellyfish, which is another kitty ride. We will just imagine what a kitty ride named Jumpin' Jellyfish could look like.
Carrie, we are not. People are like, why would I go to California Adventure just to see Radiator Springs? Is pretty much what we've sold them on so far. Okay, go after the jellyfish.
Then there's the Golden Zephyr. Again, picture this, folks. A kiddie ride called the Golden Zephyr. It's not. I've been on this ride and I like it. I would. Out of all the rides, I would pick the Golden Zephyr to ride on over and over again.
I can't even think of what that one is.
It's like a silver bullet that everybody sits in, like a big Zephyr, and it just kind of spins around.
Okay.
It's like the swings, but you're in like a.
But whatever. You're in like a. I don't know what it is.
These are supposed to emulate, like a Paradise Pier, going to the boardwalk rides. Remember, folks?
Yes, like from years.
Kids love them.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Kids love them.
So I'm leaving it.
And then Ariel, but I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna only love it that if I had to pick one of them, that's the one I would pick.
Okay.
Right. Okay, and then next is the Little Mermaid Ariel's Undersea Adventure.
Right.
Are you gonna love that one?
It's funny because I don't necessarily remember much of it. I was on it.
It's the same as the one at Magic Kingdom.
Is it the same? I didn't think it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I kind of like it better because you don't have to go through that big ordeal you don't have to walk through that crazy queue and
at Magic Kingdom. It's a pretty big long queue.
it's not fun. So
Okay, so I'm going to say I love it.
Disneyland.
I'm going to say I love
we're
it.
doing such a great
Because
job.
those dark rides are kind of cute. Like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that one too.
Okay.
I like that it's got a low maintenance
So they're going to go see The Little Mermaid because there's a low maintenance queue and Radiator Springs, but not Tomatoes Junkyard. Okay.
Stop it.
Oh, we need to, you know what we need to do? We need to do a California Adventure food one, and then we'll be selling people on it. Like we could do like half an hour on the Pixar. What's the place I like to eat there?
Cozy Cones?
No, I love the Cozy Cones, but no, the restaurant.
The Lamplight Lounge.
Lamplight Lounge, that's it. Okay, sorry, go on. Okay, so far
what we should have done is we should have done the exciting lands last. So maybe my walking around the park backfired on
See,
me.
when you do it alphabetical, then it mixes it up. Okay, so go on.
So next is the last area is the Grizzly Peaks. The Grizzly Peaks area, which is the Grizzly River Run, which is a big water raft ride.
And I love that. If you want to get wet.
If you want to get soaked to your underwear, it's fun.
It's like the Cali River Rapids in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah. Just a big
Except that if you were staying at Grand California and you rode it then and you were soaked to your underwear, you could just go right to your room in like 2 minutes to get to change.
Exactly. Which is why that hotel is the best. But go on. Okay.
And then the last one is Soarin'.
I love it. And go on.
Like Soarin' over California.
This is where we get the whole California versus the world. So in Disneyland,
they
have
talk
both.
About that.
They have both.
Well, they have Soarin' around the world here too. Right. But often they'll bring back Soarin' over California, which they currently have Soarin' over California.
They seem to be a little more flexible there in terms of bringing back.
They have to make the peoples happy. They got to make the Disneyland peoples happy.
Right. Because they're all local.
So this was a bust. My idea.
I think we need people to tell us whether this was a bust. Maybe we were educational, Carrie. Maybe
that's what I was hoping.
Maybe people are still listening, and now they've decided they're not going to Disney's California Adventure.
Listen, I think
they can't pay that kind of money just to go on Radiator Springs.
Listen. Okay, no.
Eat in a cozy cone.
Let me wrap this up. So I believe it was more of a let people know a little bit about California Adventure. Maybe it wasn't the best, love it or leave it. But Cars Land is the most spectacular thing your eyeballs can ever see when it comes to a Disney park. The food is fantastic. Mm-hmm. The whole when you walk into the park, everything about early Walt Disney when he came to California, that's what Hollywood is supposed to be like, and that's what it feels like there. There's awesome characters, there's awesome food, there's awesome shopping, there's awesome entertainment. The World of Color, which is the most spectacular nighttime show ever. Well, Fantasmic at Disneyland's pretty fantastic too.
Okay,
but it is everything about. There's all kinds of spectacular things that are at California Adventure. It's just maybe the rides, because there's so many kiddie rides there, it might not be good for love it or leave it. But yeah, I felt this could be more of educational. Let people know that there's what the attractions are there.
So we probably should do an episode on everything but attractions that really showcases how great California Adventure is. Although we will probably debate.
Great.
We probably still will debate the
attractions.
The World of Color. I feel like I need to do it again, the World of Color, only because the first time I saw it was the anniversary one, and that blew me away. And then when I saw the regular World of Color, I was like, meh. So then maybe I need to see it a third time to kind of. Anyway, so that was good, Carrie.
I would see it 3 times on one trip.
Yeah.
I love it so much. So
okay,
I'm sorry. It was my crappy
I think
podcast
people will love
episode
this.
idea.
Not at all. I think people will love it.
it.
It's good education, Carrie. Just think you're
Sure,
educating the
whatever.
peoples on your Disneyland. Right?
Yeah, nobody wants to go to California Adventure now.
We're going to need to go and do some videos from there. All right, Carrie. It's that time of the podcast. And I forgot to ask
let's
you.
say it together, hallelujah. 'Cause we're done.
Hallelujah. Well, no, because we have been known to babble for like 20 more minutes on Pixie Dust. So,
I know.
Carrie, what was your pick?
Yeah.
You have Pixie Dust this week, right?
Yeah, I've got pixie dust.
Don't sound so enthused about it. Is it good Pixie Dust? What have you got? What made you happy this week?
Well, my pixie dust is that I've been trying. I just think it's just everything. It never ever. Anyways, whatever. I'm trying out this new litter. I'm like laughing before I even started because, like, the last time we talked about cats,
Oh, the cat
my
pants.
cats, it turned into
Yeah, it was, yeah.
something
Okay,
crazy.
so this is,
Anyway, so I'm gonna make this
this is
quick.
litter. This is litter.
Litter.
Okay.
I got rave reviews about this litter called Pretty Litter. And you can't buy it in the stores. It's like you got to buy it like through subscription. You got to sign away.
Pretty litter. Like, it's pretty.
And this is why
Not
my
kitty.
pixie dust takes a while.
Okay, sorry. Go on. Go on.
Litter.
Okay, I'll link in the
Pretty
show notes.
litter.
Go on.
And you can't buy it in the stores. You got to like sign your life away. Like, give them your credit card. They're going to automatically send you bags of litter for all of eternity until you cancel it, type of thing. But I heard rave reviews that this litter was a life changer. So I finally tried it. Not because I wasn't going to do it when I had 5 cats because I can't afford that because it's a more expensive litter. So now that I'm a few cats fewer, I decided it was time to, listen to the feedback I've received from people that have used it, that they say it's amazing. So I gave it a try and it is pretty darn amazing.
Did it change your life?
Like, well, sort of. My cats are still getting used to it. So it is like, you can tell immediately it's pretty awesome. Like it's like non-toxic silicone, whatever. And it like absorbs all the pee. So it's like less smelly but it's very expensive. So, why you like?
Because it's so funny. The thing. What brought you happiness and joy?
Litter.
And we're talking about cat pee and smelly bugs.
Because it doesn't smell.
Okay.
That's the pixie dust.
Yes. So
anyways,
far it's working.
So far it's working, and you can really you can understand why people buy it, because it does what it says. Like you just kind of you use 1 bag a month per box, and so like you think, oh my goodness, like how can you leave this litter for 1 month? And you just like mix it all up. You scoop out the poop and you like mix up the urine and it absorbs it all. And you like, and the reason why I was skeptical with my 5 cats, I was like, there's no way like a whole month is going to pass and like this is going to last. Like even if I have 5 boxes and I've used 5 bags, I was like, no way, no how. Like, and 5 bags of it would like, again, it would cost me a small fortune. Like I could go to Disney I could go on like what I'd spend in a year would be a Disney trip. So when I only have my 3 cats now, I thought, well, I'll give it a try. So yeah, it seems to do what they say, and it turns color. So apparently if like it turns red, like then it means they're sick, or if it turns like dark blue, it's like, so it's supposed to like with their pH levels in their urine. It is apparently. My cat so far, it's all the right colors. They give you a chart so you can compare it to the colors in the litter box. So my cat so far okay.
So maybe it'll save you on vet visits.
I doubt
maybe that's how it pays for itself. Interesting.
It's pretty expensive.
But when will you decide whether this is you're sold, good, I'm going to continue to use this for...
I think I'm sold.
Are you sold?
I think I'm sold already, yeah. Because even, like, it's the cost is kind of crazy when you have lots of cats, but even with it not being, like, litter, like, I've had litter everywhere for like 20 years. So it's not litter. Like it's not muddy. It's like very fine. Like like there's a little bit of dust, I guess, but it's very fine, like white dust. It's different. Like, so I think, if I can manage to kind of keep it where if it actually does work where I can use the bags for the month and not need extra, because like I said, that's the part that I did not believe that it's going to do one bag a month. But if it does work and I can kind of maintain that budget of not having to buy like 5 bags but I should only be using 3, because you're supposed to have 1 bag for each cat. So I should have 3 bags a month. So I probably will keep with it just because it does help the smell, and it's not like litter everywhere. Like cats, they dig and it flies all over the place, and then when you mop, it's like nasty and whatever. So I don't know. I think it's good. So that was my pixie dust. I've been trying it for the last couple weeks. I was holding off because I needed to see how I really felt about it before I decided if it was my pixie dust or not.
And now you're sold. Okay.
Almost sold. Like I'm like 80% sold. So if anybody's used Pretty Litter, make sure you send us a message. Let me know.
Let us know if you agree with Carrie's review.
If you've used it and if you've kept it. But yeah. Anyways, so that's enough of my pixie dust. What's your pixie dust?
My pixie dust, I showed you this thing that I bought and you made fun of me. But I saw, you know what it was? Marketing on Facebook and Instagram, it's really good. So it is. All of a sudden this thing popped up in my Instagram, and it's a neck massager. So it's almost like a horseshoe shape. And then in the middle, it's got these 2 balls that stick out the sides. I'll put a link in the show notes, but
please do, so everybody can picture it as well.
So I bought a while ago one of those back massagers, and it's like the big mechanical one, and it like digs into your shoulders, and you wrap it around your back, and but my hair gets stuck in it if I put it up on my neck. So I bought this mechanical one on Amazon, and I gotta tell you, it's really good. And yeah, like it just works out the kinks at the back of your neck. And anyway, so it was $20 or something on Amazon. So, and you could use it to like do the backs of your legs, and they're just like 2 little rollers. Anyway, that's my pixie dust, because I haven't been for a massage and I don't know how long. And so that was
desperate.
So it works out the kinks in my neck.
Those Instagram ads got you.
It got me. Don't even laugh, because I also ordered these cloud slippers. I'll let you know when they arrive. And those were another Instagram. They're called not cloud slippers, cloud slides. Have you seen them online?
No.
I don't know.
My Instagram ads are lots of like stickers and washi. I usually don't get back massagers and
see how it
slippers.
Does that, because I don't get washies and stickers or anything in mine. But there are these slippers. They're called cloud slides or something like that. And anyway, so I ordered them on Amazon, but they weren't Prime. Like, they're going to take 3 weeks to get here. So anyway.
Wow.
That was,
where are they coming from? You know what happened the other day? The ad was like a cat fountain. And like, I'm like, do my cats need a new fountain? And I'm like, Carrie, stop it.
Stop shopping. Stop. At some point you have to stop shopping.
But it says it's quieter than the traditional fountains.
Exactly. Well, if anybody has listened all the way to the end of this podcast episode.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And we're sorry.
We're sorry. And, maybe if you're going to refer us to a friend or family member, don't do it on this episode. Until next time, Carrie.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.